And then for Scooby Doo, I just remembered having a crush on Daphne.
I didn't have a crush on anyone. I just really
Yeah,
you had a crush on Daphne?
yeah, like I loved Daphne. Like I actually really liked her, you know?
Because the things that I watched like a review or like I think of like what happened to I think the video specifically was called what happened to Hanna Barbera,
Yeah,
because the Hanna Barbera was the
creator, right?
like the original creator of like those shows like Scooby
Yeah,
Doo
yeah.
and like Tom and Jerry and stuff like that.
Jetsons, Flintstones, yep.
Yeah. And I think there was a because and I think there was like an explanation to as to why they fell off essentially.
You mean
Because
Scooby
like
Doo?
yeah, cause no, not just Scooby Doo, but like just Hanna Barbera in general.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
their shows they had a lot of like pretty big shows. So like Yogi Bear, the Flintstones,
yeah,
Tom
yeah,
and
yeah.
Jerry, what do you call it? Scooby Doo as well, right?
Yep. Jetsons.
The Jetsons, yeah. So like, so I think one of the main things to the problem with like Scooby Doo and why people fell off of it really quickly
Mm-hmm.
was the fact that like basically it was really boring because like everything is like it's very repetitive. Like there's always
Yeah, yeah. It's just the same thing over and over again.
yeah, it's just the same thing over and over again. Like even if there's like the creepy character that people thought that's like oh this it must be this guy,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then it's apparently not. Apparently it's like the most innocent person that you think, blah blah blah. It's in their plot twist, and then the animation was also like very generic and very uh like very like what do you call it? What do you cycle through. They
Yeah,
cycle through like
yeah.
basically the same animations for
Even
every
the
episode.
running scenes. Yep.
Yeah. Like the running ones are the most obvious one. Like for example, when Shaggy and Scooby Doo run,
Yeah.
they're always together most of the time, and like they're
Yep.
always right. Like they always run in the same way in the in like one or two directions.
Yep.
So I think like personally, I like as much as I consider Scooby Doo like a classic, I didn't really enjoy it, like the show.
Yeah, I think even for me, it's the same. I didn't really think it was remarkable at all. But I just remembered thinking like Daphne is such a beauty, and so like I
Oh
just
yeah, back to Daphne as well, because I remember from that video, Daphne had like the problem with
the most hair.
characterization. No, the most like she had the most like characterization problem, if I remember correctly. At least to a lot of people, because like you have Shaggy, who's like the lovable dork, right? You have like the lovable stupid dork,
Yeah.
and then you have Velma, which is like the smart one, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Scooby, the just like the partner, like the main like token quote unquote token character, I guess. Huh? What?
Sidekick. Sidekick.
Psychic. Oh, not really psychic, but like Scooby was basically the like Scooby Doo was basically the main character that when you see you know who he is.
Yeah. Mascot.
Mascot character. There you go. Yeah, mascot character. And then there's Fred, who's like the leader, and then you have Daphne, who you kind of don't know what role she was supposed to cover.
In my take, she was the bimbo. I always thought she was the bimbo, as in like she was the one that was always like getting captured, or the one that
Oh, the
always like
damsel in distress. Right.
yeah, in a way, she was always the one that like needed to be saved, or like only saved because she only saved the day because she was good with like fashion, or like as a matter of fact, you know, like so she's basically the bronze, not the brain of the group.
Yeah. There was like, cause I don't know if have you watched any of like the direct to TV, direct DVD like movies, Scooby Doo movies?
Here's the thing, because I was about to say this is what I was gonna say the following, which is basically the reason why I just remembered Scooby Doo at the back of my mind like clearly is because of that one movie the very like it's supposed to be for kids, but it's actually pretty risque
Oh,
kind of movie.
you're talking about the live action one, right?
Yes. That was the movie that made me remember Scooby Doo to this day because that was such a fucked up movie if you think about it.
Like I saw because I saw a lot of videos saying like, oh, what was it? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was it was like this is not meant for kids, right? Like
or
that.
like Scooby Doo.
It wasn't like if you think about it, it wasn't meant for kids. Look at how they dressed. Like Velma and Daphne was like they were hot.
Oh yeah, the title was like Scooby Doo being not so much for kids. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of like, okay, so for example, Daphne and Velma, right? Yeah, they were like crop tops, like their clothing was quite revealing. And then
Yeah.
I think in one scene, Shaggy was like like at least it was implied. I don't know if it's like directly
Or
shown, but it was
he
implied
didn't
he
eat
was
someone,
smoking
right?
weed. No, he was smoking weed.
Oh,
I think he was smoking weed. Yeah. Like,
I don't know how that became a kids movie, but yeah, I remember like just watching it being freaked out. But I love the idea of like when they switch souls. I think that was interesting.
that's oh
The one
yeah,
where
that's
yeah, like Daphne became Fred and Fred became Daphne. And
Daphne.
I remember the quote where like Fred as Daphne was like, "Awesome, I get to see myself naked," and then I was like to this day I just wondered like why did they allow me to watch this when I was a kid?
I mean, okay, so you remember that movie in particular, is it?
I only remember that. Yeah, I don't remember
Have
the
you
others.
so you haven't watched like the vampire or the alien invader or
No, I
the
don't.
cyber chase movie? You know, you haven't watched any of
Nope,
those?
nope,
I
nope.
okay, one of these days if you have the time,
Yeah.
I really I really recommend we watch any of those like direct DVD movies because Scooby Doo on Zombie Island in particular
Yeah.
was was a pretty big deal for me, like in terms of like my perspective of Scooby Doo. Because like if you talk about the show, like alone, right?
Yeah.
The Scooby Doo show was like pretty boring overall. If you remember it, right?
Yeah, I would admit it's boring.
Yeah, because it was repetitive. They cycled the things, and there was basically no overarching plot lines, right? So
Yeah.
every single episode of Scooby Doo is just gonna run the same way. Now the movies, on the other hand, like the direct to DVD animated movies, like the one that I mentioned, which was the Zombie Island, the Vampire, the Ghost. I think the Witch's Ghost or something like that is the original title of it. Like those movies were actually decent. They were actually very entertaining. They're very good. Especially if you've already watched, if you've watched the show regularly, right?
Yeah.
If you watch the show regularly, the direct to DVD movies basically turn your head around, essentially.
What do you mean turn your head around? As in like
They basically changed a lot of, because here I'm just gonna spoil it a little bit, yeah. Because I mean, even it's pretty good even without. But in the original Scooby Doo shows, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the ghosts are not real, right?
What? What?
Yeah, a lot of the ghosts are not real
Yes. Yes. It's
in
like someone
in the
playing
shows.
it.
Like there's always somewhere under a mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
They take off the mask and like, here it is. These are
Yep.
the people.
Yep.
In the
Agreed. Yep.
movie, in the direct to DVD movie, they basically throw that idea off the bat. Like there are actual real monsters in here,
Oh.
and it's a lot darker compared to the show as well. Like there are dead people, there are like tortured people, gray humors. Yeah, like I said, we have to like freaking actually watch the what do you call it, the movie, because it's really fucking good.
Yep. Yep.
So that's
But
all I
like,
have to say. Huh?
I
What?
just realized. But like, damn! I just realized like all the shows that you actually kind of like or like note, it's always like the ones that are like kind of dark, like kind of gloomy, kind of dark in a way.
I mean, Oh my gosh, I wonder if that's a problem. But like, not really, not always.
It's not a problem. It's just more of like,
An
wow.
observation, is it?
Yeah, it was just like it's a thing, that's your thing in a way.
I wonder if the like, I wonder if we go to like Disney shows eventually, right? I wonder if it's like,
Yeah.
if it'll go the same way. No, no, I can immediately say no. Like, cause if I talk about Disney, right? This is
You're
just
gonna
one.
go
Oh,
back to
it's a Goofy
Goofy, aren't
movie.
you?
I talk about the Goofy
Again.
movie, right? So it's not always dark. There's like some
Yeah,
light,
but I
right?
feel like majority, most of the parts, it has something to do with like dark theme kind of style.
A little bit, not always, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, we'll see when we move
we'll
to
see.
when we move to Nickelodeon or Playhouse Disney or whatever. We'll see.
Uh,
But yeah, I think that's basically it for Scooby Doo. Like I don't really have much to say.
yeah.
Maybe I'll consider watching the movie, but for the time being, like there's not really much interest in Scooby Doo at an Eddie. And Shaolin Showdown also, like I thought the concept was cool. I thought it was really cool, and in a way, it's kind of like American Jake Long, kind of a bit of like Avatar as well. But honestly, the reason why I watched the show was only because of the girl.
Right, if I remember correctly. No,
The fire girl. I forgot what's her name.
the Fire Girl.
Yeah. Sorry, not fire. The water girl.
I'm sorry. Like I have to freaking.
In Shaolin Showdown, there's like five.
Oh,
Or
okay, yeah. I remember the pigtailed one, right? If I remember.
Kimmy, right? I think her name
Yeah.
is Kimmy or Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And I only stayed watching it. I only stayed watching the show because of her. Because uh, if I'm not wrong, she always changes her hairstyle like from time to time, and I thought that was really cool.
I
That's
remember Shaolin Showdown just based on the game.
Oh, there's a game, yeah. Is
It
it the
was
Cartoon Network or what?
no. This was a PS2. There's like a PlayStation game, like where you basically. Because I remember playing this with my brother, long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not in like a browser. It's an actual like 3D, a proper like 3D fighting game, I think.
But still a browser.
Yeah, no, it's not browser. It's on a PlayStation. It's on a PlayStation.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only memory I have of Shaolin Showdown. Cause like, personally, I don't find Shaolin Showdown that memorable either, and I don't know why. Cause again, like you said, the characters are. Sorry, not the characters, but the concept at least, right?
the concept is interesting, right?
The
It's
concept
like
is very interesting, but for some reason,
like
I cannot remember anything about it.
yeah. I only remember the dragon that can become big and small.
Yeah, that. And then the tech kid, I think Jack is his name or something.
Yeah, the Texan kid, right?
Yeah,
And
and
then
the
and then-
and the ghost that like or the witch that follows him around, some shit.
you mean the villain? Because I think that was
Yeah,
the villain, right?
the villain. There's like a witch or a ghost that follows Jack around, right?
Yeah,
No?
and then he has. Oh yeah. Jack is the evil guy, right?
Yeah, Jack is the villain, the one who fights them with like
Yeah. I just
tech and everything.
for me it was just about Kim. Like she was just cool because her hair always changed every episode. Like every few episodes, her hair changed into a different color, different style, whatever. But also
Really?
because there was something going on between her and the water guy.
Oh, I think he's like the Brazilian guy or something, right?
Yeah, so basically there's always like something going on, like a tension between her and him, and I was living for it. Oh my god, I just love, I just loved love in a
Yeah,
way.
you and your fucking drama romance bullshit. Now, why
But
does
yeah,
no one remember yet?
what
Because
do you mean?
like she's the fire girl, right? If I remember.
Yeah, she's a fire girl.
Why? Yeah. Why is it that this show wasn't as memorable?
Do you think it was because it was overshadowed by like Samurai Jack at the time, or maybe like Avatar? What do you think?
Was Avatar came out the same time?
I don't know if it came out exactly the same time, but for me, when I watched Avatar on Nickelodeon and then I moved to Cartoon Network when I was a kid, I always thought that it was kind of similar to each other.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought the concept was like the main character is bald. He has something on his forehead, and then like he
Oh
has
yeah,
some
yeah, I guess in that
broken
sense,
power,
yeah. Okay,
and
I
then
guess
his
in that
power was wind as well. Yeah.
yeah, and they also cover like the four elements as well, right? Like the bald one is
Mm-hmm.
water, the girl is
Yep.
fire, the
Yep.
Brazilian guy is wind, and then the Texan one is earth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why I always thought it was kind of similar. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that was why, but maybe it's also it has something to do with Samurai Jack. Maybe because Samurai Jack also has a bit more of like Oriental vibe to it, and maybe the art style fit more. I'm not sure.
I remember. And whenever they like summon, all I can remember from Shaolin Showdown is the fact that like the intro, the opening of the
Mm.
show, and
There's the
then the
guy
fact that like
shouting
every
it.
time they found like I think they had some kind of artifact that they had to find, right?
Yeah, they have to collect this artifact. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, like their MacGuffins. If I remember, like whenever they found an artifact, they always have to shout like Shaolin Showdown or something to grab it.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I think oh, you're right.
like they had to
Oh,
shout. That's all I remember from it.
yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. You have to shout and then get it or something like that. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
and then you have to fight it, and then you have to pass through the challenges to be able to actually.
Oh my god, you're right. You're right. Yep, yep. I remember in the opening, before you start playing the theme song, there's this a man voice shouting, "Shaolin
Yeah,
Showdown!"
yeah,
And
that's the bit I was talking about. And Omi, I think the bald kid, right? He's always the one who shouts it or something, or majority of the
yeah,
time.
yeah, something like that. It's so weird. Oh my god.
Like you remember the little bits like that, but you don't remember the actual show itself. I don't know
I don't
what the
remember.
fuck happened to Shaolin Showdown.
I don't remember. I also, but I do remember that Jack, I think, became good, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, because there was like an additional like villain or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Wait, what? What
But
is
I don't
this?
know why. It's always for me the fact that it's Jack and his evil like mom or the witch always reminds me of Aku from
Oh
Samurai
yeah,
Jack.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, based on the art. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I
Wait a
think to
minute, what
me
is
it's like
this? Shaolin Chronicles. What the fuck is this?
what is that?
What the
What?
fuck is
Wait,
this? I don't know. Shaolin Chronicles. I'm looking through the wiki right now.
Lynn Chronicles.
Apparently, it's a continuation of the original show, but it was CG.
Whoa! What the hell? I didn't know about this. They actually had a continuation?
See, that's what I meant. You don't even know. I don't know either. Like, here's the thing: the fucking show is like so forgettable, and I don't know why.
No, no. Nobody was hyping about this. I've never heard of it. Like the Netflix one at least.
Yeah, is it currently on Netflix? Let me see. I have a Netflix
I mean,
account.
I saw it. I saw the thing was on Netflix, but I don't know if it actually is on Netflix.
Let me see if it's in that. What the
Oh my
See?
god!
Okay, like I'm just gonna say that right now. Like you remember all this shit about from the show, right? You
Yeah,
remember like the basic premise, and you basically remember like the elements and stuff like that.
yeah.
But you don't actually remember what the story of like what actually happened with each of the characters and stuff like that.
No. I don't remember the plot.
I don't remember the
I
plot
re-
either.
Oh my god! I only know the little bits.
Is it here, Shaolin?
What the heck? I
Oh,
didn't
they
even
don't
know
have
they
it.
had.
They don't have it.
I didn't even know there was a Netflix series. What the heck?
They don't have it. I don't find it.
Oh
Let me
my
see it.
god!
Shaolin Chronicles, right? What it's called?
Yeah. It is called Shaolin Chronicles, but wow. That's crazy. I have never seen this. It's so irrelevant that we
Yeah,
don't
it's
ever.
not here. Shaolin Chronicles. I don't. Well, at least it's not. It's not in the Netflix here. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, because the thing is, when I googled it, there was a poster that showed like Netflix, or maybe that's edited. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They have like the. They say it ended in 2015, so it should be. No, it should.
It
It,
should it should
it
it should
should
be
be
what?
here. It should be here, Netflix.
Oh, but it's not on Netflix.
I can't find it on my Netflix, so I don't know. Maybe it's in another country.
Maybe. Wait, let me check where it aired. Wait,
Yeah, it's in
they aired
20.
it.
So it started in
They
2013.
What the fuck, dude? It aired Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, Southeast Asia.
Specifically too, yeah.
Holy shit! Where the hell were we? How come we never heard of it? Because the thing is, like, when I watch Cartoon Network in 2013, 2014, 2015, it's always been like what? It's always been like Chowder, Adventures Time. It's never Shaolin
Uh,
Showdown, right?
Television Showdown. That's my point.
Oh my god! What the fuck? This is like a it's so scary.
It's like an entire section of history or like your memory just gone.
Dude, even Tara Strong was in this show.
Yeah.
What the
So
heck?
what happened to the show? I have to like review, like research this as well, but
I have no
because
idea.
I didn't even think about the show the moment until you mentioned it.
Oh my god, even Jennifer Hale was on this show. The one who did Sam for Totally Spies. Never realized it as well. What the heck? Wow. That is really, really interesting. Maybe one day we can watch it, maybe,
Yeah,
and then you'd be like, and then maybe from there we can realize why it was irrelevant.
maybe.
Damn. Okay, yeah, so basically, yeah, that was basically the section. Ed and Eddie, Scooby Doo, Shaolin Showdown.
Yep.
It's fine. I guess, yeah, moving on. Next, I think we can also crumple this together because I feel like these are the two things that you probably want to talk about as well.
Okay.
It's Samurai. It's Samurai Jack and Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yes.
I don't really
It
have
is.
a lot to say for those two.
Oh, so really?
Uh,
You don't have
uh,
any opinion?
Other than what I was talking about Samurai Jack last week, no, for
Huh?
Samurai Jack. For Billy and Mandy, it's basically for me. I just remember that one episode with Mandy smiling and then
Oh yeah,
like
cause
breaking the world,
yep. Okay, so you
and
remember
then
okay.
yeah, and then the Snafu comic again, once again, because I remember they were featured in the Powerpuff Girls Snafu comic, so I remembered about that. And Yehez likes it. That's the only thing I know.
Really? I suspect does he remember Black Dracula?
I think so. He actually still watches the show. That's the thing.
And like today, like up
Yeah,
to
yeah. He has it in his hard drive or something, so like I think he watches it from time to time, and I don't understand because to me I never really thought of rewatching Billy and Mandy, so it's different lah, our taste.
okay. So
But yeah.
which one to start? Samurai Jack or
Mm,
I think I'll talk about Samurai Jack because like
yeah, because we were talking
because
about Shaolin Showdown.
let's talk about Shaolin Showdown. We're just gonna go to Samurai Jack. So Samurai Jack, do you know like do you even remember like the premise of Samurai Jack?
Yeah. It's about like this guy. He was stuck in like some sort of. I mean, there's the evil guy, kan, Aku, and then like he was sent to the vortex of like time or something, and then he was transported to like the future, right?
Yeah. So basically, Jack is this samurai who wields the special blade or something. I can't remember what exactly the name was, but the blade is the only like that blade that he wields is the only blade that you can cut Aku essentially,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the only blade that can touch him, and Aku is basically this like shape-shifting demigod that
Yep.
has basically ravaged through Japan, and he threw Jack all the way to the future, and that's basically it, right?
Yep.
That's basically the plot, and that's all you can say about it. But the way they go about with every single episode of Samurai Jack is probably really freaking cool, because I think out of the shows that we're gonna mention like to this point, this show has like the least dialogue of any cartoon that
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Wait, but if it has least dialogue, what does it compensate it with? Action?
Action and just pure like atmosphere and setting.
So is it like all the characters doesn't have a lot of dialogues, or is it just Samurai Jack? Because I'm thinking like, what if I think if I'm not wrong, aren't the people that he meet kind of like talkative, but he's not like
Yeah,
that?
but he himself is not. He also talks a little bit. Like the most notable one is the Scotsman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen him, but there's like basically he meets like a a Scotsman who eventually become one of his like closest friend or something.
Never heard of it, but yes.
Oh, man, you have to freaking watch the show. It's freaking amazing.
I
Uh,
probably should. When I was a kid, I was actually scared of this show.
this show, yeah, okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
but like this fucking show is so fucking good. The biggest episodes that I can mention that I found to be really impressive, because this show does a lot of things really well, and one of the first thing is animation.
Yeah, I agree. Even I don't watch it, but I know that the animation is really good.
Yeah, the animation and just the art is very
The
good.
art style, yep, yep.
Yeah, if you want like basically a very good showcase of the art animation, there's one episode where Jack has to fight against a ninja,
Mm-hmm.
right? And basically both utilize each of their respective talents into the fight. So like the ninja has to constantly hide in the darkness, meanwhile
Mm-hmm.
Jack eventually learn how to blend into the light or something like that, which is like
Yeah.
almost symbolical to his fight against Aku.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot of like little details like that, and also the bounty hunters episode as well.
I don't remember any of this. I don't think I even watched it.
I,
That,
I like
that's how much I try to stay away from the show when I was a kid.
really, my God, dude, you should like seriously watch this because the bounty
I
hunter
don't know
is
why,
like
but it
man,
always scared me, this show. Uh-huh. Bounty Hunter?
yeah, like the bounty hunter is like a showcase of the show's like cinematography almost. Like it's almost like a really good, well made movie.
I can tell. I mean, from the art, it looks really good.
Man. And I think the funniest thing that I found out like much later on after the show was finished was the fact that like what call it, the fact that the voice actor for Jack was black.
Oh, yeah. I think somebody, yeah. If I'm not wrong, he's the same voice actor as Green Lantern, right?
Yeah, as Green Lantern and
Yeah,
also
yeah.
as the other one, the DC character. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, but like
It's fine. I don't remember either. But yes. Yes.
yeah, and also like this show also won an Emmy or something like that. I can't remember if I
I
remember
mean, makes
correctly.
sense. I think it will make sense, yeah.
Like, but yeah, if you want to find any like if you really want, like I highly recommend you watch this because it's every episode is almost like a mini movie actually. If you think if I have
Yeah.
to explain
I
it,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, now that I'm older, I
Mhm.
probably might not be as like wary as I was when I was a kid. Yeah.
Because if I'm, because like to
But
me, right, Samurai Jack is almost kind of like Courage of the Cowardly Dog, where
yeah.
it like in the sense that like, Courage of the Cowardly Dog basically takes in elements of like horror movies and basically reframes it into like a kid show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Samurai Jack basically takes in elements of very popular movies that already exist. So things like movie like what do you call it, like uh oh my God, I can't remember this director's name, even though I just had it in the tip of my tongue.
Michael Bay.
Guillermo del Toro. There you go. Oh my God.
Don't
So
know who
he
that is.
like yeah, you know okay. No, we have to make you watch so much movies then. Yeah, yes, you have to remove Ashes. Because there's a lot of like very big movie influence in this show, and every episode is basically a small homage to those movies.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why I appreciate it more. Maybe even if you watch it, you won't appreciate it. But yeah, I recommend maybe at least watching the more artful uh episodes. So like the ninja episode, for example, is
Yep.
pretty big, and also the bounty hunter episode. I think those are like at least watch those two, and if you don't like it, then you don't watch it. Cause like I think I
Yeah.
showed this to Andrew the other day, and he wasn't interested in it either. Like I showed this to Andrew maybe about 2 years or 3 years ago,
And he didn't like it. I mean,
and
he
he
wasn't.
didn't. It wasn't his thing. It's not that he
Mm,
didn't like it. He can definitely like respect and understand it, but like he he didn't like see it the same way I did. Whereas I'm like, oh man, this is like the coolest thing ever. And he's like, yeah, man.
yeah. I'll try it out probably,
Yes.
and I will let you know how it goes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Maybe
So
maybe
that's
it'll change my perspective on it.
okay, okay. So that's Samurai Jack, and then for Grim Adventures of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is probably almost like an extension of what do you call it? Of my attraction or my what do I call it? My affinity to uh like Courage the Cowardly Dog, except in a more
Yeah,
comedic parodic sense,
yeah, in a more cartoonish way as well, right?
in a more cartoonish way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think because I know the show has like factions almost,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have like Grim and then Billy, Mandy,
Yeah.
and like basically every other like characters inside the town, right?
Mhm.
And then you also have like the villain as well, but the villains aren't actually villains; they're just like caricatures of villains.
Yeah, they're kind of like dorks, right? In a
Yeah,
way.
they're kind of weird and stupid.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like for example, like the one I mentioned, which was Dracula.
Yep, yep.
Like they made Dracula into like an old black man who complains a lot.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this. Yep, yep. I mean, I remember the character.
Yeah, yeah, and then one of the one of the villains is like just a stomach as well. There's also a scar, which is like a caricature of a Nazi,
I know
like
the one. I know
Nazi
the one with the
general.
brain.
Yeah, the brain, the bear, right? The bear with
Yeah,
the
the
stomach.
bear, and then was it stomach? I thought it was the brain.
I can't remember. I know he's not smart, or at least he's like. Oh yeah, there is a brain. Yeah, so there's a brain, and then there's like the stomach. Yeah, I can't remember.
What? Even the stomach talks? I forgot
Yeah,
that.
the stomach is a character technically. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. This is not the brain I was talking about. Oh yeah, he has a stomach. Oh my god, I forgot about his stomach. I just
Yeah,
remembered
it
the
has a
brain.
stomach. It has a talking stomach. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like all these characters are like really stupid and basically caricatures of like modern villains as well. So I just find it hilarious when I was watching it, and it's just so weird compared to the other characters in the show as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like oh my gosh, I love it. And like the fact that like Grim speaks in like almost a Jamaican accent, I was like, what the fuck is
Oh
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think maybe that's the reason. One of the reasons why Yes might also like it as well. I mean, that's probably like 10% of the reason.
And then Jeff the Spider, if you remember that one, the nice
Yes,
spider
the
that's
spider
really
that's
fucking weird.
freaky.
The one who treats like Billy as his dad.
Yeah, yeah. That one I remembered. I remembered that, and I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. Why won't you accept me? I still remember this.
I remember the one about the mummy, which kind of made me sad a bit.
Which the mummy, the Erwin's mom, I think if I'm mistaken, right?
Yeah, yeah. Turns out she's a real mummy, right, or something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
mummy is an actual mummy. Yeah.
One of the things that was interesting to me also like the fact that like how they knew of Grimm. It was like very I would think like it was like a very long story about how in the end he has to work with them or he has to live with them. But it turns out it was just because he lost to a limbo game or
Yeah,
something like
to
that.
a limbo, stupid. It's like I said, everything about the show is so fucking stupid. Cause like if you think about it, it's almost as if it takes all the serious dark undertone of like Courage the Cowardly Dog and basically just makes fun of it. If that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
It's like,
No, I get
okay,
it, I
sure,
get it.
the devil makes a deal with you, but what if you actually somehow tricked him instead of him tricking you, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
And and the thing that makes me feel like it's a bit different in Courage, even though it's kind of like dark theme at the same time, is because, like I said, with Courage, you always have this like insidious or like this kind of like seeping feeling of fear or something out to get you because you're in nowhere and it's dark and gloomy. But for Billy and Mandy, it's the opposite. It's just like everyday town. It's as if you're in Townsville, for example, for Powerpuff Girls.
yeah,
But
exactly.
the fucked up way, yeah.
It's just in a really fucked up way. the characters are fucked up essentially. Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
it. Imagine Powerpuff Girls if the characters are all fucked up.
Yeah. Billy is an idiot though.
It really is an
Like
idiot. But I
really
think
an
that's
idiot.
what's really makes it funny. Because like despite how stupid he is, it's like what I call it. Despite how stupid he is in the show,
Uh-huh.
he can survive. He can somehow survive. With the help of Mandy and Grimm, he can somehow survive all these like
Stupid thing.
crazy, stupid,
Yeah.
uh, like what do you call it, like situations.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Man.
Mandy, on the other hand, I thought she was cool when I was a kid, but now when I look back, she's actually also kind of a bitch. If you think about it.
If you think about it.
And I mean, like, if you think about it, the only one who I can pity for right now is just probably Grimm. Like, I used to think like Grimm is so mean or like Grimm is so scary, but when I look back, like, he's actually pretty misunderstood.
Poor Grimm. Grimm is like this guy that's been tortured by these two kids too.
Yeah, he's like the Squidward in a way of the show.
Yeah, but even worse than Squidward, because at least Squidward is kind of an asshole, right? He's like this. Squidward
Yeah.
is kind of like this isolationist asshole. Meanwhile, Grim just wants to live, like wants to go back of being of an actual, like, what do you call it,
Yeah.
a Grim Reaper essentially, right? That's all he
He
wants
was
to.
he's scary. Yeah. Oh my god, I remember. And I think in a way, part of my brain, my romantic brain tried to ship Mandy and Billy together, but I couldn't. I
Yeah,
don't think I could. My
I
brain
can't.
couldn't. Like it's usually kind of if there's the main girl and main guy, you kind of like have this thing where like for me anyway, I had this tendency of shipping them together, right?
Yeah,
Unless they were brothers and sisters, that was
I
kind
think
of
there's
different.
no one in. I think there was no one in that show that could be shipped. Maybe that's why you didn't like it. This.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Because I never. That guy had a crush on Mandy, the ghost guy, right? Or the evil green-eyed guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has a crush on Mandy, right? But it was like it was weird. It wasn't like romance. It was
Yeah, it
just.
wasn't. It's just This is what the show is doing.
But
Show
I
thing.
did like the Golden Apple character.
Oh,
Thought she was hot. Just saying.
fair enough. Fair enough. But she had
Truth.
the tooth right there. That's something always cracks me up. Like I said, it always makes fun of those caricatures. Like for example, the seductress character, right?
Yeah.
But she has a fucked up tooth.
You're right. It's actually weird when you think about it. But I always
It's
thought she was like very hot.
oh my gosh, dude! I love that show. It's
I,
amazing.
I mean, like, I get the point of view, CF, and how appealing it was, and I think when I was a kid, also to me, it was kind of appealing. But uh, looking back again, like, I don't, I think like, if I were a kid again, maybe with this mindset, I don't think I would have appreciated as much as I did when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Maybe because, like I said, like it didn't really relate to me in a way. Or maybe because, like you said, there's no romance. That's why it was just like, okay to me.
Mm.
But I do agree it's good, and it's kind of the same level as Courage, but in a comedic, cartoonish way. All right. Should we move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay. So I think moving on from the list, just a few more, then we probably will finish. But I want to include. I think for now we'll talk about. We can talk about. Atomic Betty. Do you have anything for it? I don't really have much. I just thought I liked her because she was gingered hair, and I liked it, and she was pretty.
No, I don't. I haven't. I have only seen the character, but I've never
Oh,
actually
right.
watched. Eh.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess we can talk about Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Yogi Bear. I also have nothing to say because I feel like, to me, it was like the classics. Specifically, Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes I've watched, but Yogi Bear not so much. But
I've
even
for me, I've actually watched a significant amount of Yogi Bear, but I think my opinion with Yogi Bear is kind of the same as Flintstone.
yeah, like there's not much you can talk about. It's just basically gags every episode. There's nothing new.
Yeah. It's like uh, it's very formulaic. It's almost like the same. Like they basically every character has not really a big plot arc. They just have personality traits, and they just add in situations along with those
Yep.
things. Yeah.
Same with Looney Tunes. It's also it's meant to be like those shorts, right? So I don't really remember much about Looney Tunes as well, like what it's about. But I do remember, but I do know that like there was like a Looney Tunes like reboot. Basically, it's like it tells the story of Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, and like their lives in the modern world.
I don't remember that.
I think it's like 2015 show that or 2004 no 2015
Oh,
show.
is that one of the newer ones? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's a reboot.
Oh, then I wouldn't know, cause
Yeah,
I,
I hmm?
cause all the ones I've watched are the older ones.
Yeah. This one was just a reboot, and then it's just like basically like an everyday story of like how Daffy Duck likes has a girlfriend, right? A duck girlfriend, and then Bugs Bunny also has the girlfriend, the bunny. I forgot what's her name also. But it's just basically like it tells like an everyday story of them like kind of living together, like teenage stories and stuff like that, like babysitting, doing babysitting jobs, and then going on dates, and then like fucking up, all that shit.
Also, basically like a more like modern and
Yeah.
very realistic depiction of those
Kind
characters.
of, yes. But I think what I remember the most from Looney Tunes was not actually Looney Tunes, but there was a show called Looney Tunes Baby.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
That one, even I don't know. I don't think it's actually in the Cartoon Network. I think it was
It
in
was
some
in
other.
Cartoon Network. It was also in another show. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just because it was Looney Tunes, right? So I thought like I just want to include it here. But it's just I remember Baby Looney Tunes, and I watched that. I actually watched that more than Looney Tunes itself, and I thought it was so cute because they were all babies. Uh, Back when I liked babies, they were so cute, adorable, and like I feel like they were always up to something, but I forgot what.
Oh, you're talking about the babies? I think they're always doing something. They always have like some kind of adventure they wanted to go, but they're not allowed to or something.
Yeah, something like that, right? And then,
Yeah.
but I don't really remember. It was just cool, like a cool concept when they regressed back into a child. Um, yeah, I think apart from that, I think that's all I can say. Tom and Jerry, classic. I don't really have much to say. I only know a few. I just remember a few episodes of like, the elephant, the baby elephant, and then the duckling. You remember?
The bit that I remember the most regarding that episode, the duckling episode,
Mm-hmm.
where you said the
Mm-hmm.
mom, like Tom become the monster or something,
Yeah.
is the bit where the duckling realizes that Tom wants to eat the
Oh
duckling,
yeah, and he
and
just lets him, right?
he walks slowly above the spoon of like, if mom wants a duck dinner, she gonna get a duck dinner,
Oh,
and then he jumps in and Tom was like, no,
oh, that I remember. I remember
that I
that.
remember.
That was funny and sad at the same
Oh
time.
my gosh, that's amazing.
I think for me the most memorable would probably be Tom going to heaven, or no, going to hell and heaven.
Going to hell
What?
and heaven.
Yeah, he
Actually,
he died or something.
yeah, he died. No, I think he was like he was being like a real jerk to
To
Jerry at one
Jerry. Yeah,
point. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And he
And
dreamt basically of going to hell.
and that scared me for I think a few weeks because I remembered like really remembering oh shit, I'm gonna go to hell, oh shit, I'm gonna go to heaven, like it made me kind of like wonder about my life, like am I worth it going to hell or heaven like that because of that show. Just that. But yeah, I think that's all for
Oh,
Looney
actually,
Tunes.
no. I wanted to I
Oh,
have something else to mention about Tom and Jerry. Did
yep,
you
yep.
know? Apparently, right?
Okay.
The last episode of Tom and Jerry. I have to double check this, but the
Yes.
final episode of Tom and Jerry, the one
Yes.
made by Hanna-Barbera at least,
Uh-huh.
um, is them basically both Tom and Jerry
In
committing
the
suicide.
train. Is it
Yeah,
the train?
yeah,
But that was because they were brokenhearted, right?
yeah.
But that was the last episode.
That was the last episode. There wasn't
Or at
any,
least
at least officially done by. I think it was by. Let me see who made it. Yeah, it's technically a story did by Hanna-Barbera.
oh my god.
Yeah, see, the final episode of Tom and Jerry was episode called Blue Cat Blues in 1956. where the ending of the short featured the short film featuring Tom and Jerry committing suicide by getting run over by a train.
Dude, that shit got dark. What the hell? Oh my god, I don't
The
even
story is
know.
how the fact that like Tom was like really like what do you call it? Wanted to love this like female cat, but I think the other cat was just Butch or something.
Yeah, yeah, or the female cat liked someone else, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wrong.
Like oh
Yeah.
no, it's because the female cat was like a gold digger or something, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And Butch
yeah.
was like super rich and like he bought her like a gigantic diamond, and then Tom wanted to buy her a car, but like he had to basically sell his entire soul for it. Like he
Yeah.
signed a bunch of like slavery contracts or something in order
Yep,
to
yep,
get the
yep.
car, and then the car was like destroyed by Butch as he drives on this like 2 ton
Oh,
limo
I think I remember
thing.
that scene. Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah. And then eventually he was so depressed he went into the bridge. And then Jerry,
Mhm.
like Jerry basically had a like like Jerry saw Tom and basically kisses a picture of the girlfriend of Jerry's girlfriend, thinking that like she'll be
And then
loyal and shit, right?
yeah, yeah, and then the girlfriend also ran away, man.
Yeah, the girlfriend was like get married to a rich mouse as well. It's like a little car or something. And then Jerry joins Tom, right? Sitting both on the train track.
Yeah.
And then even though you don't see anything afterwards, you can hear a train track like train whistle coming into as the episode fades out.
That's so dark. What the fuck? What a way to end your cartoon league. That's so dark. But I mean, like, I guess I never really thought about it that way when I was a kid because, I mean, they were still producing Tom and Jerry shows later on in the early 2000s, right? It's a bit slightly different. Like, it's not as old school looking, but it was still pretty old style. So I never really thought of them as like dead. I thought they were just renewed, you know?
Yeah. Like and then there's like even a scene where where they imply Tom was alcoholic because he drank like well in the episode he was drinking milk, but it was implied that he got drunk off drinking
Yeah, yeah.
and like crying and shit like
But
that.
it's like, God, it's so dark. I just never realized like some of the things that we watched when we were kids were really dark, and we never really thought about it.
Blue cat blues. Yeah, that's messed up actually. What the fuck, Hanna Barbera?
Exactly. Oh my God. Okay, so I mean we've already talked about Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Yogi Bear.
Yeah,
I was gonna talk about Jetsons, but I don't really have much to say about that. It's
me
just
neither.
basically
It's the same with Yogi Bear and like Flintstones.
yeah, but it's just basically the futuristic version of Flintstone is basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think then moving on, I would just go to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, sure.
Cause that shit to me, I think that was second to Kids Next Door. Cause I thought it was so cool that like, I just like okay, there was no romance at all. I think for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just like the idea of like you having an imaginary friend and they have their own kind of like house to live in, their own place to live in, and you go visit them. I thought it was really cool. But it was depressing also for the last episode because they did the opening in backwards. So like in the opening then it's basically they draw lines and then the house comes to life, right?
Yeah, and then it's
And
like
then
the fact that like the as the house slowly turns
disappears.
back into an art line
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
disappears. Yeah, yeah. I remember
Because
that one.
people were saying that that was basically the end of like of the guy of Max, right? Of Max's childhood. So basically, once he grew up, his imaginary friends no longer existed. So that's why all the houses were gone. And I was like, what the fuck? No! But it was sad.
Yeah.
And I used to like the stupid bird Coco. The one who always poops out birds. Yeah, she talks like that. Coco, Coco, like that. Yeah, I think that's all that I can talk about. Saying, oh, wait. Actually, I like that girl also. The redhead caretaker, who's to me reminds me of Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents, but she's actually nice. I think Max likes her, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but she was like, "You're too young" or something like that.
It's a little like Shaolin Showdown, but a bit better in my opinion, at least. Because I can actually remember the characters much more than
Yeah,
what do you call it? Than freaking. Sorry, I can remember Foster's Home more than Shaolin Showdown, at least character wise.
maybe
Like
it's because it's more lively, I see.
yeah, it's more lively and it's also a lot more like animated, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I
Right?
agree.
Like the characters are obviously fictional and they're all very distinct from each other, you know?
Yep, yep, yep.
Like Coco, for example, is the fact that she only says, Coco,
Yeah, and she poops out eggs.
and she poops out eggs.
And then there's also Edmund, the kind of the beast looking, where he's so shy and good-hearted.
Yeah. And there's like a story where he's like, I even remember the story why he's so like scared, such a scaredy cat.
Is it
I
because
think
the kid imagined him to be, or something like that?
yeah. So like if I remember the story, like the proper story of it was like the girl who imagines about like Edmundo is like
Uh-huh.
she wants him to be a non-violent protector or something.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. But because of that, he becomes like a scaredy cat because like if you're not violent, that you don't want to really punch anyone or pick a fight,
Yeah,
right?
like a wuss jadinya.
Yeah, like a wuss essentially.
Oh, oh, I remember Cheese. Cheese was annoying and scary
Cheese
to
was
me.
like, oh, I hate cheese.
He's like made from Max, right?
Yeah, I think so. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
he was like the brother of Blue, and I was like,
Uh,
ew. Aduh, yeah. I guess that's all say for Fosters. Um, I think last few ones. I think we'll start with this one first, and then we move on to the others. But the first one would be Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi Show, because I think that's the one that you want to talk about as well.
yes, I kind of want to talk about this, but not in the same sense as like Courage and the Cowardly Dog and so on and so forth.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of more of like a quick fix kind of thing, for that kind of show.
Yeah. So, like for example, um, like I see Puffy Amiyumi as like kind of a feel good show,
Yep, yep. They are
right?
indeed.
Yeah. So I don't see it as in the same like I don't consider it as good in the same sense as
Courage
as
or
Courage or Samurai Jack or those other shows, right?
yep,
I find it to be just like you watch it, even though the story is kind of stupid. It's
yep.
just fun to both just like watch and even listen to the songs because the songs are actually written by actual
Real.
like
Yep, yep.
members, right? Like real musicians.
Yeah. I mean, it was based on the real musicians, right? These two
Yeah,
characters.
because they it's the one thing they always it reminds me kind of like what called the Jackie Chan animated show where they
Yeah,
basically show
yeah.
like the real characters afterwards,
Yep,
real
yep,
people.
yep.
So I guess that's it. That's all of it for me.
Oh, that's all that you want to talk about?
Yeah, not because I didn't really have much to say other than the fact that like it's a really fun, just feel good show essentially.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said like just now you mentioned lightly that it was something to do with like your music taste or something like that. Like
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah. Because I think I was introduced to basically like a lot of Japanese, like my fascination or my uh preference towards Japanese music started from that show.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. For me, I also didn't really have much for Puffy Amiyumi as well. But thing is, I think I like Puffy Amiyumi because of Teen Titans. Because I realized that the person who sang the opening for Teen Titans for
It's
Cartoon
Puffy
Network
Amiyumi. Yep, yep, yep.
is Puffy Amiyumi. So I thought it was really cool. And then that they had their own like cartoon show also was really cool. And I thought it was in a way, I know there was a lot of cartoons like that as well, like with two characters kind of like opposite from each other, but they're learning how to coexist together. But I thought Puffy Amiyumi was cool because like it was like it showed two friends who are rock stars who are in a band and they just live their life and have like stupid shit going on with their stupid manager, the bald
Yeah, yeah,
running
yeah, yeah, the
freaking
little guy.
person. Yeah.
Uh,
And then I guess I like the personalities. You know, there's one girly girl and there's one more of a rock star kind of girl. But I used to think I think initially I thought it was a guy.
Guess so, because the art is kind of like that. So
Yeah, so I thought it was a guy, but yeah, I thought it was cool. And of course, I liked the pink one when I was younger. But then as I got older, I was like, you know what? The punk one is actually really really cool. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can think of for these two. So yeah, I just thought they were really cool, and the art was actually not that bad. It was very like hippie in a way, hippie style, hippie colored kind of yeah. So I think moving on from Puffy and Yumi, this is just
yeah,
I think this is the last like this is the last what is it called, the last batch, the last category.
yes,
Yeah, you know, continuing from Puffy and Yumi, it's Teen Titans, obviously.
obviously. I
Justice
mean, I
League,
think technically they're both animated and has like the same song as
yeah, yeah.
Coffee Yumi as well. So yeah.
So in extension to Teen Titans, I will add Justice League, and then as kind of like a competition, a kind of like a competitor, but also kind of similar. I add in also X-Men.
Oh, okay, okay.
So out of these three, my least to watch is probably Justice League,
Oh, okay. Not even X Men.
and
Okay, surprise. Because I
and
thought
the
maybe
hmm?
X Men was the one that you watched the least.
Oh no, I liked X-Men. I
Oh,
loved
okay.
because of the movies. But I'll tell you about that later. But for me, the least was Justice League, and I think to me it was because it was boring. To me, at least, it was boring. Because what was I seeing? I was just seeing adult heroes trying to fight crimes together, and I never thought it was cool that like Batman and Superman work together. I just thought it was boring. And the only reason why I watched it from time to time was because of Wonder Woman. Oh my god, I don't know. I think most of the shows that I watch, if I don't like it, I just stay for the woman because they were hot. Oh my god, I hate myself.
Oh my God. Okay,
Oh,
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Why is it that you're the one who has like the perverted reason, like the reason for what I call it for watching a show? Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I like the dark, mature themes of this particular show, and not the other way around. It's
I don't know, dude. I just really like looking at like pretty girls, pretty like cartoon girls when I was a kid. So like, if I didn't like the show, I at least stayed for at least the romance in it or the pretty character of that show. You know. So that's why for even like for example even for Ben 10, I didn't even watch it, but like I just thought Gwen was really pretty, so I tried watching it. But then after watching it, I was like, nah, it's not for me.
not for you.
And that's the same with Justice League. I just watched like a few because there was Wonder Woman, but then I didn't really understand the plot. It was not funny. There was no entertainment. It was like very serious. So I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this.
I mean,
The top,
it's. I think Justice League personally is kind of worth watching, even if you don't like it back then. I don't know. I think I would give it another go, because like just like you in somewhat, um, it's the one I kind of least watch or least like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So to me personally, I was like, the story is a little too serious. It's not
Right,
particularly
right,
entertaining. Some of the characters are kind of fun, I guess,
yeah.
but other than that, not much.
But I think you're right. I think because now I'm older, going back, maybe if I try to watch Justice League, maybe it wouldn't be as boring. Because maybe when I was a kid, I just didn't. I think maybe because I watched Teen Titans and I felt like it was so funny, but it can be serious at the same time, and it was like kind of like anime style. Whereas Justice League was like just group of adult heroes in in one big table discussing about how to save the world was like very boring to me.
I mean, if you say it out loud like that, yeah.
I know, because I think every time I switch on the show, like whenever I go whenever I try watching it, there's always going to be that one scene where they're all on the table discussing it, and I'm like, what is this? So boring, you know? So I skip that. But then,
Uh,
other than that, obviously, you know my love for Teen Titans. I don't think I can say anything else other than the fact that, like, I love Teen Titans.
I mean, if any of our discussion regarding anything animated or cartoon has to like say, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. And the thing is, what's kind of like, I don't know, I think it's kind of bad of me as well. I don't really like Teen Titans outside of the Cartoon Network.
Oh, really?
Because I mean, like, not that I don't like it, but I just don't think it suits my taste. Because I tried reading or I tried researching on the other Teen Titans, right? But
Oh, you
apparently
mean
the
like the
one,
actual real Teen Titans from the
yeah, like the comics. But there was no comic that actually had the full Teen Titans cartoon characters together, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, so that's basically, I don't know, because to me, I always grew up with the Beast Boy and Cyborg and Starfire and Raven and uh and Robin. So it's like with the other ones, without any of them, I feel like it was just not the Teen Titans that I watched or used to watch, you know. And it was serious too. And I think in one of the Teen Titans, Robin ended up with Raven, right? So I was like, fuck.
I
I just
think
didn't.
in the original comics at the moment, I think Raven broke up with Boy as well. So.
Yeah, but the thing with DC's like that, there's always like kind of like a alternate universe, and it's like all over the place. So to me, it just felt like, what the heck? I just want to
Oh no
stick to
no no!
one.
I'm talking about like the main universe. So
I don't even know
technically,
which one is
so
the main universe.
it's the one. There's the 616 in Marvel, and then I think in DC it's one or something, or
Uh huh.
Prime Earth. I think it's what it's called. They're
Uh
called
huh.
Prime. So I think in Prime Earth, uh, who was it? Beast Boy and who
Beast
was it?
Boy and Raven
Beast
broke
Boy
up.
and Raven are not a thing. Prime Earth. Beast.
But there was also another universe where there was no Beast Boy, so Raven ended up with Robin.
That one I
Uh,
don't know. I'm not sure which story is
Cause,
that.
cause this one was that one was the reference point for the other show, if you have heard of it, called Young Justice.
Yeah.
And
And okay.
basically
And
the character there's Starfire, but her name was Coriander, and she was someone else. Like she was older than all of them or something like that. And she ended up with Nightwing. But then the kid Robin is with Raven. That's why I was like, what the fuck, what's going on? Because like it's like it defies everything I know about the Teen Titans
oh,
Cartoon Network, you know?
but Young Justice is not really part of the same thing as Teen Titans. They're not the same people. I don't
Yeah,
think.
they're not the same, but they still have the same like caricature, like what you said. Like it's still Starfire. It's still Robin. That's why I was like confused. I was like, what the fuck? Which one is which? You know?
It's
I didn't
like
understand the
there's
idea.
Flash as well. There's Robin, Superboy, and then
Yeah, I just didn't understand, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like alternate universe is weird. But now I'm kind of like, I kind of understand it a little bit, but it's also the same. It's like, what the fuck? You know?
it's hard to explain it if you're not really used to like. Because for me, right? Even for me, when I first start trying to read comics, at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially me being like the fact that I like reading a lot of like Marvel comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're not used to reading like understanding which story is which, it gets really hard to keep up.
Yep. Yep. I think I agree with that as well.
Yeah. So if you're like not used to the fact that like oh this person is
It's like they're all
or
the
this
same.
story is from this story or like this story is from that
Yeah,
story.
yeah. It's basically like, for example, Leonard in this universe is a different Leonard from that universe, but essentially still the same Leonard. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it just asks a lot of questions of like what if, like what if this happened instead of this, or like what happened if all the Marvel universe is zombies, or like shit like that. Like,
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, some people are okay with it, but I think to me, initially it was just weird. Cause even like Subasa Chronicles or even like Sakura Card Capture, there's like some sort of a alternate universe thing going on, right? With like Subasa Chronicles and
and
Card
not. I
Capture.
think aren't they technically one universe?
That's the thing. If I'm not wrong, Subasa Chronicles is actually Card Capture Sakura.
But in just in like another universe.
Yeah. That's why I was like, what the fuck? When I think Amelia tried to explain it to me, and I was just like, no, I cannot. I don't understand. My brain hurts. Isn't Sakura this Sakura? And then she's like, yeah, but it's also Tsubasa Chronicle. They met in Tsubasa
And
Chronicles.
Tsubasa Chronicles, and also technically in the Tsubasa Chronicles, both the male and the female characters' real name is Sakura. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah, dude. They were called Sakura and Sioran.
Yep.
And
But
that's why Amelia told me they are the same people but just different universe. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
But it's true, and that's kind of how DC works, right?
Yeah, and then every character that you see on like every character that you know in what about in Card Captain Sakura, their names you'll be able to see their like essentially their
Tsubasa
like
Chronicle counterpart.
yeah, Tsubasa Chronicles.
Yeah, but it's like, but then apparently they're not the same, but they are the same, and my head was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, but I'm trying to understand it in my own way, in my own weird way, but I kind of get it in a way. I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like the fact that, like, at least with Teen Titans Cartoon Networks, I grew up with that one. Finding out that, like, Raven could end up with Robin in another universe, or like because they're the same, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Just kind of creeped me out a little, because it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can't just assume. You just can't take it the fact that like this Robin is the same Robin you know from like the original series.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Because I mean, like I said, there's also like some other Robins, like Dick Grayson Robin. There's also like Jake, a Team Drake Robin. But it's
Yeah.
just, I think for me, the one that stole my heart was that Robin, the Cartoon Network Robin. Whether he was canon or not, like that one was the one that made my heart go cute.
Jeez. Never use that sound effect ever again.
Okay, and then I guess, like, other than Teen Titans, like, there was X-Men, and that was actually one of my favorite shows to watch too, even though it was pretty dark.
What?
You know the animation, right? X-Men Evolution.
Oh, X-Men Evolution. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
It's a little dark, but at the same time, it's what do you call it? It's actually like so. Okay, so compared to all the show that we've talked about before, right? This show was the one where I actually stayed because of the pretty girl. I don't know if it's the same for you. Hello? Oh no, you disappeared. Hello, hello.
No, wait,
hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, no.
No,
So
wait.
compared to the other show that we mentioned today, right?
Right.
This was the show where I actually stayed because of the pretty girl.
Okay, but the question is, who is the pretty girl?
Shadowcat.
Oh fuck!
Which one was yours, Rogue?
Jean.
Oh, Jean Grey. Okay.
Of
Jean
course it
Grey.
was Jean Grey. It was the red hair.
Really? Really? Why? Why? Of course. Okay. Like, I expect it was Rogue. Okay, because like I know Rogue was like very popular
No,
from that show.
I didn't like Rogue because she kept like trying to go after Scott, and I was like, no, Jean Grey is with Scott.
That's why. That's why you don't like her though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know about her story. I think somewhat I remember. It was kind of sad also, but at the same time, it's like I just didn't like the fact that she liked Scott, and I was like, no, Jean Grey is with Scott. So you stayed for Shadowcat.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't know if the show, the universe is actually canon or not, based on the real one.
Oh, you mean the cartoon? You mean the animated one?
Yeah.
No,
Is
it's
it
not
based?
canon. It's not based on canon.
See, I fucking knew it because I grew up with this one, right?
Uh.
And then I think I told you this before. I don't know, but to me, when I was watching this, there was always like this tier. There's this tiers of seniority.
Mhm.
So for me, my level was like this. Was it Blue Shadow?
What?
What was his name? Blue what?
Which one?
The guy Nightcrawler, was it? He's
Yeah,
blue in
Nightcrawler.
color.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Yeah, the blue skin
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So the blue one and Shadowcat and Spike are like in one level, right? Like they're juniors lah, basically.
Oh, you mean their like seniority level? Is it?
Yeah. So they're
Yeah.
juniors. and then there's Jean, and there's Scott, and there's Rogue,
Yes.
and they're like the mid, like the sister, the older sister, the older brother figure, you know. And then in on top of them was Storm,
Yeah.
and Wolverine, and the other guy, the no, it was just that Storm and Wolverine, and then Professor X.
Yep. Okay. Yep. That's fair.
So in my head, okay, it was like a school because it was an academy, right? So I always thought like, okay, Jean is with Scott, and then Shadow Cat is with Nightcrawler, and then Storm can be a bit with Wolverine, but not so. I don't know. Maybe they can be together, and then Professor X is just by himself.
Like,
And
I
then
mean, he's like super overpowered. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, was it like Storm? At least in the comics, yeah. Because I remember in the animated show she wasn't that powerful.
yeah.
But in the comics, she's like really ridiculously powerful. Because her power is just basically to change weather. Can you imagine how powerful that is?
Stormy, right?
Yeah, Storm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, sorry. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Hello.
Wait.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, wait. No. Yeah. You were saying Stormy was overpowered, right?
Yeah. But in the show, I don't think she was all that powerful, at least compared to.
Yeah, I thought it was just meager. Like her power was just not the weather as a whole. I thought it was just a portion of the sky that she can help.
Yeah, but
I don't
in
remember.
the comics, she can like literally manipulate the climate, if I'm mistaken.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think that was in the show. But basically my idea was because I was into romance, so I always thought it was like that kind of like a relationship going on. And then there was the evil guy also, right? The the evil counterpart who was working for Mystique.
Oh, you know what you mean?
The boys,
Oh
the
no,
rowdy boys.
the Rowdy Boys. Yeah. So like I think it was Wake, the frog one, and then the big one, right? Second.
Yes. There was three, right? I think if I'm not wrong.
Yes, there was three.
Yeah, there was the butch. There was the very like heavyweight one, and then there's like the one that like his tongue sticks out, and then there's one more who's the rod. Is it?
Yeah, the frog one. So there's the frog one. There's the one I can basically use earthquake or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is why I told you like it was a bit weird for me is because of this. When I watched the animation, I just thought of that like Shadowcat is with Nightcrawler, and then but then Shadowcat also has a thing with that guy, right? The rod guy. And then Rogue likes freaking Scott, but you know like he's with Jane, of course. And then can you imagine that was little me in 2002 or 2003 or no
Uh,
2006. It was like, oh yeah, and then X-Men, the Blood Brotherhood or something like that came out, the movie.
I can't remember which movie used that. Let's see. X-Men.
It's the one about the Phoenix Brotherhood or something like that.
Are you talking? Wait, is this a new movie or an old movie?
It's a pretty old movie, right?
Which one is this?
Let me.
Because they have
Phoenix.
because the X-Men movie. There's a lot of X-Men movies.
It's the one that was played by that guy who you say always plays as the shitty. The one. Wait.
What are you talking about?
It's the one. It's the guy. Remember that guy who plays Enchanted?
Enchanted. Oh
The
yeah, that
prince.
guy. Yeah.
He plays a Scott. He plays a Scott in one of the movies in the X-Men movie.
Really?
Yeah. X-Men. Was it? What was it? The Last Stand, was it?
The Last Stand was the third movie, technically. Yes.
Yeah. So there he played as Scott, if I'm not wrong.
No, this way. I have to double check that. I don't
James
remember.
Marsden, right?
Yeah, it is. He's playing Cyclops.
Yeah, he
I
plays
don't
Scott.
this.
And
Oh
then
my
and then
god.
and then he died. I remember he
Yeah,
died in
he
the
died.
first
He died. Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
movie because of Jane, right? Because they were about to make out or some shit, and then Jane like unleashed some shit power
I
and he
mean,
died.
that movie is pretty bad. So, X2,
Yeah,
I think it's what it's called. Yeah, yeah.
I remember it was. I remember it
Oh
was
yeah,
him.
it's him. I can't. No wonder I don't recognize him. He has those stupid eye goggles all the time.
Yeah.
Now I know I couldn't recognize him. It's because he has those stupid eye goggles. Right. Fair enough. Yeah, I was like, what? Are you serious? How is it him? Because like when you mentioned his name, when you mentioned him, I was like, wait a minute. I don't think he played Cyclops. James Marsden. Yeah, that's the guy. I didn't know he played Cyclops. It's funny how I never realized it was him. Because I watched the first three X-Men movies like maybe multiple times already. I watched them like at least
Yeah.
once a year or something. Because they're like a little
Uh huh.
hammy. They're like they're not bad, but they're not particularly good either. And I just watched them just for fun. And out of all
Right.
that time I've watched the movie,
Right.
I never noticed it was James Hart playing Cyclops.
And the thing is, he
Yeah,
also gets
in
cucked
this one. What the
in
fuck is
this
wrong with
movie.
James Hart? Poor guy. And not just Enchanted, it's here too. What?
Wait, what other movie was he
Enchanted,
cucked in
technically.
other
Oh,
than Enchanted?
is there anymore?
Was
I
it?
can't remember.
Was, was it?
Oh
Oh, the
yeah,
Notebook, is
was that
it?
him too? It was
It
him, yeah.
was him,
Was it? I
right?
don't think so.
He was. Wasn't it him? Because I just saw his like filmography, and one of them is a Notebook. That's why I was like, is it also him? Is that it?
Let me see. Ooh,
But
poor guy, dude.
no, this guy. Wait, let me check this. What was it called? What was the movie? James Marsden Notebook.
Is it
Let
him?
me see. Wait.
I think it's him. I think it might be him. It's
Yeah,
him!
dude, it is. It is. But what is it? The girl ended up with
Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Jake
right? Not
Gyllenhaal.
him.
Oh my god,
Oh,
poor guy. Oh wait, is that no? It
he
wasn't
got
Jake Gyllenhaal. It's Ryan Gosling. Sorry. Yeah, it's Ryan
oh,
Gosling.
oh, right,
Yeah,
right, yeah,
it's
right,
Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling.
Yes. But yeah.
It was
No, okay.
him.
So basically,
Poor guy, dude.
it,
He's okay. Here's the thing. He's actually good looking. I don't know why he takes up these roles.
I mean,
He
I
kind
don't
of
know
feels like
too
Zac
actually.
Efron now. Where he's the good looking guy who takes up like comedic role. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. He does look like
Yeah.
Jack Efron.
Zac
Jack
Efron.
Efron. Jack Efron.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was talking about was that like, okay, so right, in my
Mm-hmm.
idea when I was a kid, I saw the cartoon like that, right? The seniority
Yeah.
kind of hierarchy, right? And then X-Men The Last Stand kind of like broke me
Okay.
because Wolverine had like something going
Yeah.
on with Jean Grey, right? And in my head, it was like, nah, hell nah, what the hell is going on? Because like when I was watching the animation, I never once
Yeah,
considered
of course,
Jean Grey
because
with
they're not
Wolverine.
like they look
So when that thing
so
happened,
far apart in terms of age, even
that's the thing. But apparently, it's a
in
thing.
the
There's
in a
a
movie, right? If
love
I'm mistaken.
triangle
Yeah.
between them. I think in the old
I don't
cartoon
remember in
as
the
well.
old cartoon specifically.
But yeah, I just remember they were like kind of together in a way, but it made me freak the fuck out because I was like, what the fuck? I thought he was with Storm, gitu. And then yeah, that's how I came to remember this animation because of that. And then in a way, I was like in my head, I was like, well, finally in a way, Rogue got her way. Jean is with Wolverine. so weird. No. But yeah, that's basically what I remember. So yeah, what about you? Why did Shadowcat kind of like made you
I don't know.
stay?
I think it's just the animation. I think it was so smooth. She seemed more attractive because of it. I don't know.
I have to admit though,
Yeah.
she is actually pretty attractive in that
Like
animation.
I think I don't know. I think they spend more. Like it's just maybe it's just me. I don't know if this is true or not. But it seems like her animation seems much smoother compared to some of the other characters.
Oh, I think I
Yeah.
know what you're saying. Maybe it's because also she walked through
Yeah.
walls,
I
right?
think
So
they
it's like,
spent a little bit more budget on her, like the way she moves and stuff like that, because she had to face through walls and shit. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe that's
yeah,
why. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I just found her
Yeah.
to be
And
like
and I think
attractive. That's it. That's all I.
and I think like later on in life, I started thinking, oh, actually Shadowcat is actually the pretty one, not really Jean Grey. But I you know I just had a thing with red
Yeah,
hairs
I
when I
noticed.
growing up, right? So it's like
I noticed.
so so like, dude, honestly, I was shooketh to the max when Jean started kissing Wolverine in the show, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And then I watched the Apocalypse, right? The Pass
Yeah.
of Apocalypse, something like that, with my
Oh, is it
sister the
the
other
recent
year.
one? It's one of the more recent ones.
Yeah, that's the more recent one. That's the one where I think Wolverine got everyone back together. Like he stopped something from happening, and then like basically everything that happened didn't happen. So Scott was still alive, and then Jean Grey is still
Oh
alive.
yeah.
And then when he walked down, when he came back to the fixed timeline, he saw Jean by the door, right? And then he walked to her and he was like, "It's you." And then she was like, "Yeah, it's me. Where would I be?" Like that. And I was just like, "Ah!" And then when he was about to like kind of like go after her, Scott came to her and he was like, "Hey, what's up? You're here." And I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Do I have to deal with this shit again for another few years when they want to do reboots of this again?"
In a movie there.
But yeah, I yeah, but that's what I remember about X-Men. It's once again, it's more of the romance than the
That's all.
superhero. But I think that's all C for me on my side for X-Men, Teen Titans, and I mean I can go on and on about Teen Titans, but maybe we can just leave that
Because I
aside for
think you can
now.
do like an entire podcast episode just on Teen Titans.
Oh yes,
Assuming
I
I
can.
get the time to like rewatch everything.
True, because I haven't rewatched it as well. I stopped when they started introducing Terra
Oh yeah.
because I didn't want to go through that pain.
Tara,
I
poor
know.
Tara. Did they ever
Yeah.
finish her arc? Wait, did they
Well, I
finish
guess
her arc ever? Like, they didn't.
yeah, they did. That was the
Oh,
ending.
okay.
That was the ending to Teen Titans. But it was a sad ending to be honest. And once again, they never really got to
Yeah, they never did.
Starfire, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, do you have anything else to say before we get into the
Nope,
takeaways?
that's it. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
I
It
think
is
this is quite long.
pretty freaking long.
Yeah, this is quite long.
To be fair, we had to like cover a
Yeah,
lot of different shows.
yes, and also it's been a while, so I think it's just for me to also kind of like relieve the tension of my life in all sorts of ways. Uh, um, okay, and then what is it? So now we just go to takeaways, and what is your takeaway for today? I guess.
Takeaway, I kind of have to start from rewatching some of these shows to be honest, because because I feel like
Yeah.
like a lot of the now that I realize while talking it, I might be looking a lot of these shows based on like rose tinted glasses. So
Yeah, I agree.
even for
Even for
you,
me.
I think it's especially for you. So like
Yeah.
yeah, so I think I might
Uh-huh.
have to like check again, check like all the different shows and reread them, so on and so forth.
But okay, if you were to rewatch it, which one would you rewatch first in your list right now?
Rewatch first. I think Courage of it.
I
I
had a
might
feeling you would say
rewatch
that.
Courage. I've already rewatched Samurai Jack because I had to watch it because the new season came out, right? Yeah.
The
So
new
I
season,
think
right?
Samurai Jack
Uh-huh.
is still relatively fresh, and I still think it's really good. But
Mhm.
Courage, I might have to rewatch it because I
Mhm.
feel like it's based on Rose Tinted Glasses. Shaolin Showdown, I might have to rewatch it because okay, like honestly, how the fuck do I how the fuck did I like
Forget.
it's an interesting topic and yet I forgot I forget completely regarding everything about that.
I don't know. Is it because of the art style and the color as well? Like, it didn't stand out as the
Maybe,
rest, you know?
but then but the premise is so good. Is that like I refuse to believe I watched it simply because it looked pretty. It didn't look pretty.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
true.
like
That's true.
because sure, like being pretty is like some like pretty uh like important, right? For example, like Shadow again Samurai Jack, for example, right? The reason why it was good for me is
Yep,
because it
yep,
actually looked pretty, but like
yep, yep, yep.
Shaolin Showdown, like just because it doesn't look pretty, I don't remember it. I refuse to believe that. I might have to rewatch it again just for that. And then so it's either Courage the
Okay.
Cowardly Dog, Shaolin Showdown, and maybe with
Mm.
you rewatch some of the Scooby Doo movies because I remember them like the movies are actually pretty good. I think based on my memory. Yeah.
Okay. I only remember the live action one. I really,
I
truly
have
only
to watch
remember the
that
live
too because
action one.
I haven't watched it in a long time because I just want to point out all the funny.
I think it will make you remember little
Yeah, I was
things
like,
when
what
you
the
were a
fuck is
kid,
this?
probably. Yeah. I think for me to rewatch probably
Okay.
Flintstones. I think
Uh-huh.
that's one of the top because I feel like there's a lot of feelings that I want to try to recapture
Uh-huh.
again watching it
Hmm.
just to remember. And then maybe a bit of Cow and Chicken and I'm Weasel because I just want to see whether my instinct was right when I saw red flags watching it when I was a kid because that shit was wild, you know.
Wow. I really don't want like if you tell me to rewatch it, I honestly feel like I don't want to do that.
Yep.
Man, because
No, I think I'll just watch like one or two episodes just to see whether I was right, you know, like whether I was crazy. Yeah. Oh wait, we didn't talk about Powerpuff Girls, but I think we can just leave
what
it for next
girls?
time. There. Yeah,
That's okay. We'll talk about it next time.
since it's kind of big. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think for me, my key takeaways is probably that. What is it? I should probably watch Flintstones and the old ones just to see whether I was crazy or not for judging it so lightly
Uh,
when I was a kid. And also that I never realized how much I had a thing
redhead.
for good-looking women and also redheads for a show. I think most of the shows that I watched when I was a kid was because I was into the woman or the romance. So there's that. You know, Flintstone's wife is also uh is also a redhead, right?
Oh my god, are you serious?
I
Think
I remember
about
when
the
I was a
wife at
kid,
all
I
until
didn't
you
know who to.
mention it. Because like when you talk about Flintstones, I was specifically thinking about Flintstones and Barney, like they're the fact that those two are always together, like hip to hip. And then you have to freaking bring back the
Oh,
fucking concept.
I was thinking about the wives because I remember when I was a kid, I didn't know who to like. Like I didn't know who to choose. Should I choose Betty or should I choose? I forgot the
Wilma,
other
I
one. What
think.
was the wife's name?
Yeah, Wilma.
Wilma, right? Yeah. Should I choose Wilma or should I choose Betty? Because Betty is actually very pretty, but Wilma, there's something about her that I like, and and now you know why.
You when you're
Yeah, maybe one day I'll dye my hair. I'll dye my hair as a redhead, perhaps one day in the future. But yeah, I think that's all
yep.
for today. It's been a wild ride. I'm really glad that we're coming back to this. I hope next week is better. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Sorry it's a bit long, but we just really love recounting the days of our youth, you know. And I hope to talk about more. Maybe next time we'll talk about like Disney Channel or Cartoon Network or sorry, not Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon or Playhouse Disney, right? Or other shows. Yeah. Now we're gonna just sign off. Bye. Thanks.